All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers in tonight's video. It feels good. It feels so good to be back on the winning side of things. The first time through 6 weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers this afternoon scored 30 or more points against the Las Vegas Raiders. I know Christian Wilkins is banged up, injured, but they still got Max Crosby, and I know, the Raiders get clowned a lot, but they still have one of the better defenses in the National Football League. In Pittsburgh, with Justin Fields getting another start, put up 32 on them. And to be honest with you folks, I know Pittsburgh was technically down 7-3 after the first quarter, but at 0 points in this entire football game, did I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to lose. You got to keep in mind, they're coming off 2 straight losses. Indianapolis Colts, 3-point loss. Dallas Cowgirls, 3-point loss. Actually, watching this Lions game right now makes me feel really bad for that loss last Sunday night. But anyways, the point is, you heard it on the television. The Pittsburgh Steelers, right now, as it stands right now, this fluctuates a lot. The Steelers have the hardest remaining strength of schedule in the National Football League. You got the Jets, the Giants, bye week coming up. Keep in mind, that second half of the season is mostly divisional games. And honestly, I feel really good about Pittsburgh. No matter who's playing, no matter who's the quarterback, no matter who's in, no matter who's out, I feel really good about the Pittsburgh Steelers' situational football against divisional matchups. So this win to me did not feel like a road game. Pittsburgh traveled very well. Justin Fields did more than he needed to do this afternoon. And yeah, let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers in tonight's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Steelers fans, we can try and get this video to 400 likes for the four wins. Almost said 4 straight. That would be greatly appreciated. All right. So, once again, the Raiders defense, even their secondary, man, they're really good. It's a really good defense, all right? Justin Fields this afternoon, the 2 most important things that I saw, first off, 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers from the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. There were a couple of plays where Justin Fields had to just, do a crazy amount of things to not have a turnover, to not have a sack. I'm thinking about one specific play, so maybe that doesn't make sense. But anyways, no turnovers in the football game. That is just absolutely huge. If Pittsburgh, Justin Fields, whoever can have no turnovers, I feel really good about them winning that football game. And the second most important thing was the running back room. All right, so Jaylen Warren, welcome back. He only had 6 carries for 7 yards. We didn't see too much running room for Jaylen Warren. But Najee Harris, we keep talking about Najee Harris. Every Steelers video I make, we're talking about Najee Harris. It's only a matter of time. As the season progresses, as you start playing in colder weather, obviously not applicable to today's game against Las Vegas. As you get into the colder weather, dudes start getting injured. They start getting banged up. The offensive line starts to gel a little bit better chemistry, better timing, no stupid pre-snap penalties. That's when Najee really thrives. The second half of the season is Najee's season. 14 carries, 106 yards, averaging 7.6 yards per carry, and most importantly, the 36-yard touchdown run. I'm telling you, what Najee Harris needed to come back, first of all, banged up offensive line. Of course, Zach Frazier gets banged up today. Hopefully he's going to be good. I assume he's going to be good. We'll talk about that as the week goes on. But Najee's a dude. He's a bruiser. He needs a guy like Jaylen Warren or even Cordell back there beside him. So you saw Jaylen Warren come back today. Najee Harris, conveniently, 14 carries, 106 yards. Doesn't end just there. Justin Fields, 11 carries, 59 yards, and most importantly, 2 total rushing touchdowns for Justin Fields this afternoon. The Pittsburgh Steelers, as a team, ran 35 times for 183 yards and 3 touchdowns. If you can dominate the line of scrimmage, you're going to dominate football games. And folks, you're going up once again against a really good defensive front, a really good defensive secondary, a really solid defense, all things considered. I know, Vegas is now 2-4, but I'm telling you, man, that defense, you can't mess around there. So this was huge. Wasn't really a game where Justin Fields, passing-wise, needed to do too much. George Pickens saw 8 total targets, 3 catches, 53 yards. That 31-yarder should have been a touchdown, but Justin Fields underthrew him a little bit. George Pickens, man, we talked about it last week. I'll just end it there because I love George. I hope he's honestly like a retired Steeler. I'm not jumping the gun here, but we saw a very small snap count last week for George. So, this afternoon, once again, Justin Fields only threw for 145 total yards. Nothing too crazy in the passing or the receiving department, I should say. So George Pickens on 8 targets, 3 catches, 53 yards. Calvin Austin III didn't have the same game against Vegas like he did last year, but 2 huge catches for 36 yards. Freiermuth and Najee Harris both with 2 catches for 16 yards. Jaylen Warren, 3 catches for 11 yards. Once again, welcome back, Jaylen Warren, another target for Justin Fields. All right, let's talk about this defense, man. Dante Jackson continues to show why you traded for him. And also real quick, Roman Wilson made his debut today. We didn't see anything from him as far as statistical goes, but he did make his debut. Dante Jackson, he's been a stud. If he's been a stud, and Panthers fans ragged on him the entire summer saying, yeah, you guys can have him. We got Deontay Johnson for free here. It actually seems, you rarely see this in any sporting league, it actually feels like you had kind of an extremely fair trade based on what both of those two kids have done this season. Patrick Queen, he's reading the comments all over the football field, 13 total tackles. Deshaun Elliott, phenomenal football game. Peyton Wilson, phenomenal football game. But we have to talk about TJ Watt because this is the best defense player in the NFL. He just is. If you want to name some down below in the comment section, I'm open to listening to it. But TJ is one of those guys where obviously the stat sheet, it correlates. You see it pop up. You see TJ Watt's dominance on the stat sheet. But one thing you don't see is when you watch the football games, you realize, oh my God, TJ Watt's by far the best defensive player in the National Football League. This afternoon, 5 total tackles, including 2 huge forced fumbles. Once again, defense player of the year. This is, man, it's crazy because TJ Watt's 30. That tweet went viral all week. So many people were surprised to see TJ Watt being 30 years old. Folks, he's in his athletic prime, and you're seeing it last season. You're seeing it this season. He continues to have a phenomenal career/season. Cameron Hayward also chipping in with a sack. But outside of that, only 1 sack, interception, 2 forced fumbles, causing 3 turnovers. The defense did more than they needed to. And I don't want to hear anything about going up against a backup QB. Aiden O'Connell should have been the day 1 starter for the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell, what was he, 5-5 as the starting QB, as of like 4th round rookie out of Purdue last season for Vegas. Like, I get it. They're without Devontae. You technically have a backup QB, but once again, AOC should have been the starter week 1. But neither here nor there. This isn't a Raiders video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Steelers fans, give me your player of the game down below. We'll see you in a day or two with a more in-depth recap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon. Peace.